Welcome to Poetry Corner in the glorious English countryside. I'm enjoying some afternoon sun with a lot of buzzy things, so you may see me ducking the odd dive and a couple of noises which I don't yet recognise. So we'll see how we get on with the local wildlife. Anyway, I have been thinking about the subject of grief recently, and I don't think anyone gets through life without loss of some sort, whether it's an actual death and bereavement, or loss of a dream, or loss of health, or a betrayal, or loss of a marriage. Lots of things can point us towards having to go on that journey of grief, and we wouldn't choose it, but I think not to go on that journey leaves us in a worse position if we don't process that loss kind of in a healthy way. So this is a poem called Grief Never Leaves. It's quite long, so more of a short story, but I'm sure that you can just relax in the afternoon sun and soak it all up. So here we go. Grief never leaves. She's taken up residence in me, crept into my house in the wee small hours, amidst the sting of loss, the absence of flowers, kept to a minimum in the name of simplicity, from dust to dust, and thus she will be a guest that no one would choose to invite. We'd wrestle her down if our tear-filled eyes could focus to see her entry, her coming. But I was busy fighting off the inevitable unravelling. For who can freely partner with grief when she comes? Who can see her as a friend when trapped in a womb of bewilderment and numbing, and I've got to keep it together because life carries on with other storms to weather that require us to be strong and functional and reasoned. But grief will not be ignored. There will come a season she'll splash paint on your wall and tear your flesh at night. She'll tip over a candle and set alight all the tinder that you're carrying, the pushed down memories. She'll come like a leaf blower and set them all free, swirling all around you, especially in slumber. She'll persistently pierce your dreams, forcing you to remember all that needs to come to the surface to see the glare of daylight. She'll dig down deep to your very foundations. She'll turn you inside out. Grief never leaves. She's taken up residence in me. But when you dare to face her, when you meet her eye, you'll see she's not the hostile terrorist, the homewrecker, the vandal. She has a blueprint deep in her pocket that if she would unhand, you would learn something of her softer side, something of humility. That she seeks to heal, she seeks to restore, she longs to set you free. To move on with life and not get stuck, to step into the new. She wields her axe with muscular force, but not per se at you. Rather at the chains that bind us, regret and unforgiveness. She pummels our heart without mercy, it seems, but there's something about the stretching, the brokenness, the surrender, the admission of defeat that postures us and clears the way for the sowing of little seeds that bring new life and hope, and dare I say it, even joy. That when I turn and look backwards, it wasn't a destroying, perhaps more a preparation, brutal though it was, for rebuilding something beautiful out of the ashes of loss. For we never actually get over, but we can definitely get through, and there's treasure on the other side that's worth navigating to. Grief never leaves. She's taken up residence in me. Most days I don't notice her. She'll happily sit silently, blending in, observing, sometimes giving me a little nudge, occasionally freaking out like a toddler. I don't enjoy those days very much. But we've settled in a partnership. I've accepted her gentle stride, mostly at a distance, but sometimes by my side. There are, of course, other guests that have turned up along the way. Some have received short shrift and others I've let stay. And I'm settled in this family of joy and doubt and wonder, of hope and curiosity, disappointment and hunger, of anger and the struggle of aging and vulnerability, of relational angst and delight, and all the colours of humanity. Grief never leaves. She's taken up residence in me. She used to reverberate my soul with her tragic melancholy. But now I know her pretty well, and she's helped me know myself. She's trained my heart without consent to develop a kind of strength that will keep me anchored in the sea of life, whatever it will bring. She taught me to listen to myself, to the songs my heart would sing. She brought me through the fire of loss and distilled me in the process, refining memories to keep and cherish and burning off the dross. So yes, grief, you may stay, and I'll be grateful for your wisdom. You are ultimately a curious comfort and a precious guide to learn from.